Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to begin the question and answers. As the host today, though, we would like to offer Jason Cameron, the president of the Ajax Pickering Board of Trade, the opportunity to ask the first question of today. So, Jason.
Sorry. Well, first of all, I just want to apologize for reading Mr. Ignatieff. I just want to make sure I get my facts straight. But I'd like to ask a question around an issue and a topic that has definitely been around for a little while and a discussion for our Government Relations Committee, the Board of Trade and all businesses in Pickering in particular and in Durham. In 1972, the ruling federal government expropriated and set aside more than 18,000 acres of land in Pickering for future use as a potential airport. In 2001, due to significant increases in air travel, the ruling Liberal Party initiated work to develop a plan for an airport on these Pickering lands. This was completed in November 2004. In May 2007, a contract was awarded to the GTAA to complete a needs assessment study for a potential Pickering airport to be completed by December 2009. It is our understanding that the current federal government now has a needs assessment study, however, has not been released to the public as originally promised by the end of last year. Due to the implications of the importance of servicing that land, and more specifically the nearby Seton community currently being planned, do you plan to advocate for the release of that study in order to make a decision on the future of these designated airport lands?
Good question.
Great question, thank you. I'm talking, the answer to the specific question is yes, but let me go on about this a little bit because I've talked about it at length with Dan McTeague and Mark Holland. Cut to the chase, my feeling as I listen to this, and I've talked to a lot of residents in the Durham region, is the business case for this airport has not been proved. We've got expanded traffic at the city, at the island airport. Pearson is handling the traffic we've got. We've got freight airport and passenger traffic developing in the Hamilton airport. I just don't see that the case for this airport has been proved. The case has not been made to me. I'm not convinced that we need this airport. That's point one. That's just I think the way we sit on this at the moment. It's also a question of listening to the community carefully. I hear a lot of members of this community saying, we've not been listened to, we've not been consulted, we've not been involved in these decisions. So that's another thing that has to happen. And I think we also have to think some thoughts. Okay, if not the airport, then what? Then what? Are there other uses for this land? And we have to think outside the box about the ways in which there's an enormous opportunity here. How do we seize it? How do we seize it to make businesses grow? How do we seize it to improve the stock of housing? How do, above all, do we improve the stock of available recreational land and park space? There are all kinds of ways we can go. This is for the local community to decide. The federal government has to be obviously at the center of this because there's federal land here. But I'm just saying, as I listen, and I may be wrong, and that's why I'm doing this tour, to listen to Canadians and get their reaction. The business case for this airport has not been made to the satisfaction of my caucus. There we go.